Hey kids indeed, how you doing? Hopefully you've got sound nice and loud and clear. Thanks for tuning in. I can see loads of you already. Saw Ben's online. We've got Terry's G&G, hey brother. Bam Mozzie's in, excellent. And we've got Amanda Coombs, hey Amanda. We've got Tom Haller. Mike, you're an absolute legend, bless you. We've got Phil Mosley and Quentin, and I've got my water, Quentin, got my water. And we've got Showman Blues, hey, how you doing? Good to see you, brother, really good to see you. And the crowd's in, it's really nice. How's the volume level? Is this okay? I've got the mixer in front of me. Zim's Guitars, hey Zim's Guitars, how you doing? Everyone say hello to each other. Blind NV, great to see you, brother. Really nice to have you in. And I need to go on my phone, don't I, to see who we've got and how many we've got. Look at that. Now, let's just make sure that I'm not... Be quiet, that's better. Got 14 in the top chat already. Hey, that's so cool, guys. Really, really cool. And let's see. We got 2 thumbs up already as well. Mike MCE, hey brother, says it sounds good and looks good. That's cool. I'm using the cam link with the GH5 again. So we got 16 watching and 4 thumbs. Thank you very much, Showman Blues. Hello, UM Op3. Oh, wow, I can't say that. How you doing? So what I've done is I've set up the mixer so that I can actually take this mic down. And I can just bring the guitar up. And yeah, so I've got a bit of control over what we hear. So hopefully you're getting a little bit of reverb on this. I just saw that Ed Dana's in. Hey Ed, great to see you, man. Nice to see you on your live stream earlier today as well. So really cool, really, really cool. And I've moved the screen directly in front of me so that I'm not continually looking over there this time. So how are you all doing this fine evening? I hope you are well. And Quentin, yes, 12 string, indeed. Lefty Mike's in. Hey Lefty, how you doing? Yeah, so have some news on this. I think you probably all suspected it already, but, oh, Ed took it down. He lost his internet connection. Sorry to hear that, man. Fret Level Midnight, hey, good to see you, brother. Really nice to have you in. And Grey Pilgrim, thanks for all the great guitar content. Well, thank you, my friend. I make it for you guys, and I love making it for you guys because you literally rock. You support me so much. And you're always here for me like you are now, which is really awesome. Really love that. So, yeah, the news on this guitar. I bought it. I had to. I had to. I got back in touch with John Hornby Skews and said, can you tell me how much? Please, can you tell me how much? And yeah, I just had to do it, guys. I really did. And girls, of course. Amanda, sorry. This was just meant to be. The second I unboxed it, I think you could tell from my face that not only did I love the colour and the look of it, but it just, the second I saw it, I thought, that's a guitar I need to own. And yeah, now I do after a little bit of haggling. And yeah, really, really, really enjoying it. This is the very first time today that I have put it through the Marshall Lead 12, and I've just got a bit of a distortion, well, a sort of a breakup. The gain's actually at about 3 o'clock, so it's pretty high, but I look so happy and enjoy playing it. We knew it had to stay. You did indeed. And Scar My Guitar's in. How you doing, Scar My Guitar? Good to see you, brother. We got Nathan in as well. Danny the Jester, sup, mate. Zim's Guitars. Tom Haller, I think I've said hello to already. And nice. Yeah, so from the demo, literally, I plugged this in and set up to do the demo through the Axe-Fx 3. And immediately I played this, it just put a smile on my face. It is a devil to tune though, I tell you that much. I was tuning it for 10 minutes before I came on. And yeah, goodness me. Let me turn that off because I'm sure I'll get some updates on here of who's in. Yeah, I made the mistake of tuning it just before I went live, and it's like, oh man, it was pretty much in before. But what we got here? Matt says, hey all, just subscribed, loving this, 12 string scare me. Well, Matt, welcome to the channel, my friend. It's lovely to have you here. And there's nothing to be scared of, especially with this one. What I found with this, I struggled, I'll be honest with you, I struggled to be able to play and get the fingerings right on the 12 string, because usually it feels like the high and low string, the two strings, are a little bit too far apart. But on this one, Matt, they are actually pretty close together and pretty easy. So it just feels like a normal guitar. And I don't know if this is a special way that they've cut this, but the higher string sits relatively low compared to the exact usual 6-string strings. I think you know what I mean. And so you kind of, as you first put the chord on, or you put your fingering on, you just feel the initial 6-string feel of it, and then you press down and you get that beautiful 12-string sound, which is great. Hey Jay Coulter 43, you're in. Great to see you, my friend. Thanks for making it. And hey Luke from Wales, good to see you as well. Brad Miller, yes, of course I was going to keep it. So Jay, it's lovely to have you in, my most positive contributor. Always great positive vibes in your comments, man. Really appreciate that. Love that. So, Bam Mozzie, I don't know how I can do this. I think I might have to do it on the next premiere, but you are owed a wrench, my friend. And I don't know if I can do it on my mobile. Let's just see if I can, because that would be really awesome. Let me find one of your comments and let me see if I can do it on here. There you are. Add as a moderator. Check that out, Bam Mozzie. Hopefully the next comment you put will be wrenchified. Yay! There it is. Welcome to the team, my friend. You've been such a long time supporter. Really, really appreciate it. Quentin, what are you on, man? Are you after your own? That Bam Mozzie's on every single one of my videos, the first couple of comments, and always on my live streams. So yeah, I do keep an eye out for those that are here all the time, and it's appreciated, really appreciated. That riff just came to me. I don't know what it'll sound like distorted. Let's have a quick listen. Yeah, that came to me the second I picked up this guitar, and I just literally had to buy it. I had to buy it. So, hey, it's nice to see you guys subscribing to each other as well. That's lovely. Thinking about the top 10 harmonica songs. What on earth? Goodness me, look out world. I believe the correct term is spanner. Okay, we can call it a spanner. That's an English word, Ben, I think. Spanner. Love it. Hey Lars Guitars, good to see you, man. Yeah, so I did. I went and bought it. And it's probably my favourite purchase of this year. Oh, that's a big comment to make, isn't it? Considering that I bought the Phil X guitar this year. Maybe my second favourite. I'm not sure. I played this more. I don't play the Phil X very much at all because I'm dead scared of breaking the strings on it. Because they were the strings that everybody played at GitCon. Sad, isn't it? I know. So, any questions? What I'm here for tonight, obviously. Oh, hello, 7-string trend continues a few years. You'll have to specify what kind of 12-string guitar you want. Yeah, you're right. They'll all be drop right down the lower end, won't they? So, yeah, I am, as you know, this Thursday, flying out ready for the 42 Gear Street event over in Germany. Really looking forward to it. And I have got a few questions and comments in the previous videos of what you'd like to see. Obviously, actually somebody, I think it might have been Bam Mozzie, made a really, or is it, no, it might have been Todd Flowers, made a really good point. Because it's an inaugural event, none of us really know yet what it's going to be about. So until we actually know what the format and setup is, it's difficult to know what I can do out there. But if there's anything that you really want to see, or if you've got any questions for me, Bam Mosey says, thank you again, China Skeptic, but it's your content, positivity and honesty that draws me in. Bless you. Thank you, Bam. That's really kind, man. I try to do my best to just be straight. Most of my friends don't know that I do YouTube, but the very few that do say that I am just how I am in life. And I think that's important. I think you just got to be yourself, haven't you? Any suggestions for pickups for my Ibanez RGA FM42? I love a more blues sound. My goodness. So the RGA FM42, is that a humbucker, single humbucker? I don't know it offhand. But hey, Will Varella's in. Nice to see you, man. But if you want a more bluesy sound, I actually quite like more vintagey pickups with less high output for a blues sound, and actually just crank it with overdrive or just a touch of overdrive just to get that nice break-up tone. So Canadian in the UK, my suggestion would be probably some low output PAFs or something like that. Bet it's going to be crazy. I bet it is going to be crazy. It's going to be good fun. I'll have to fly Henning's drone. Well, I might take my own. I've got the same one as him, I think, which is the DJI Mavic Pro. I think that's what he's got as well. UK Duncan 59s. Good shout, Ben, yeah. Seymour Duncan's always a good pickup. And they do indeed rock, Jay Coulter. How about a roundtable chat about where the guitar market is going globally? Yeah, Mike, that's a great idea. I think I might try and get something together. I don't know if we can get everybody in, but I'll get as many as I can. I had a really, really cool conversation with Guitar Max while we were at TGU. And yeah, we absolutely sort of chatted all over about where the guitar market's going internationally and stuff. I'd like to see videos about picks, strings and straps from 42 Gear Street. Well, I don't know if we've got any manufacturers of those going, but if I can do any, I will, my friend. From the preview heading did on Tone Talk, it's going to have more video capabilities than TGU. I believe it might have, yeah. Let's have a look. Iron Gear. Yeah, all of the Iron Gear pickups. I've got a set of Tesla Sharks, Sasha Snyder. I've got, hello by the way, I've got a set of Tesla Sharks on Mitzi, and yeah, they sound awesome. I've also got a set of Dave Barlow guitar pickups, which I think is the Tesla Shark in the bridge or the neck. I can't remember which way around it is, but he's got a separate one for the other one. So as a business, the 12 string is tax deductible. Am I a business now? Well, actually, funny enough, since I've been working for myself, I have put the YouTube earnings through business because it makes sense to do that. But I suppose it is a tax write-off, really, isn't it? If I spent it on this, I don't end up paying it as tax on the profits. Good point. I like that. Give me more reasons to buy more guitars. You can always add gain on the floor, but it's hard to take it away from a hot pickup. Yes, exactly, Phil. I totally agree. That was the point I was making. I think that when you want to get a nice blues tone, you've got to be able to have that clean, crisp clearness as well. Matt says, is that 12 string smaller string or larger string at the top of each pair? Smaller string at the top of each pair. I think that's pretty standard. So yeah, it's the smaller string is top. Hey Ben, oh Lando's in, how you doing? Good to see you, brother. I was watching some of your Instagram posts today and putting a nice heart on them, so good to see you in, my friend. I have some cheap Dragonfire vintage buckets in an Ibanez, and for cheap they sound great. Buckers, yeah, I think, yeah. Dragonfire vintage buckers. Okay, Guitar Max is so technical, his playing reminds me of an opera singer in a rock band. Yeah, he's an amazing player. He is a very, very technical player. He really can shred and get some speed out of it. But he also plays with really nice feel as well when he's just chilling out. I think a lot of his videos start with sort of a real shred. I wish I could do that, but I just don't, and I can't, so. There we go. Sasha says, I have the Blues Engine Dirty Talk set and it's awesome. Set of rolling mill overwound is waiting to be put into my vintage VS6. Now all of those I can recommend. I've heard and used the Blues Engine and Dirty Talk. In fact, I think that one of the pickups that Dave gave me is either a Dirty Talk or a rolling mill, and the other one is a Tesla Shark. Exactly, Phil Mosley music, I like playing on the edge of breakup too, and hot pickups can be difficult to keep clean, yeah, absolutely. That's a pleasure, my friend, Canadian in the UK. Have you checked out the vintage V6 John Verity signature electric guitar? Not yet, but with the good relationship I'm building with JHS, I hope to bring you loads more guitars from them soon. And the nice thing is, they send them to me, I review them, and I send them back, which is wicked. And because I'm really stuck for space. Hey Terry, how you doing? Terry Starks is in. That's really cool. Scar My Guitars, you made it. Good to see you, brother. Oh, Will, lovely to see you in, mate. No worries. I'll catch you soon on the next one, and I'll try and do some from 42 Gear Street. Mike, what guitar and amp are you looking forward to playing at 42 Gear Street? Well, I always enjoy playing the Rev D20, the few times that I've plugged into it, and I've never got around to doing a review on it yet, so maybe that will happen this time, and it's really cool. Derek was such a nice guy at TGU, and he was at GitCon as well, but I think I've forgotten the name of the other guy, how embarrassing, but he's the designer guy that's going, I think, to the next one, to this 42 Gear Street, so really looking forward to that. So yeah, looking forward to maybe I think Friedman as well. Looking forward to playing those. It's going to be so strange. I don't know what to expect, you know. Shigamat's in. Hey, how you doing, brother? We are due to get together. Probably have to be when I get back now, though. Let's have a jam soon. And let's get Ian over, because that'll be fun. Love this unamplified. It just sounds so pretty, doesn't it? Yes, Hugh, I'll do my very best. I'll try and get the vintage Roger Williams nylon guitar in for a review. I think actually, unfortunately on my channel, a lot of the acoustic guitar reviews don't seem to go over too well. And the nylon, one classical nylon guitar that I tried, didn't get very many views at all. It might have been my terrible playing on that one though. Oh man, I tried to record, edit and release the video all on the same day, and my ears, I don't know if you get this when you're in the studio or recording for a long time, my ears became tone blind, and in playing it I'd put it way out of tune, and then it was only when I watched it back the following day, and it was already live, it was too late, I couldn't take it down, it sounded out of tune. So I was a little bit in places. It wasn't overly awful, otherwise I would have noticed it. But why do I get red ears when I'm live streaming? Must be something to do with the blood pressure going up of being live. Henning has just about one of everything. He's actually got more guitars than me. I can well believe it. Mike, that 12 sounds so nice, doesn't it? Doesn't it just? Especially unplugged. I think a few people might be talking about me, Phil. It seems very YouTuber focused, being the inaugural event. It's a bit difficult to know what to expect, what you get to do and see. I'm looking forward to seeing the videos. Me too, Bam, absolutely. Oh, Jason, that's really kind. And you're going to be the very first person to get one of these. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Bless you. What did you put here? You've got at the mall with my daughter, just popping in and hoping you have a wonderful trip and safe travels, my friend. Thank you so much, Jason. And I will put that very kind tip to good use, probably behind the bar at the hotel. So thank you for that. I'll have a drink on you and I'll raise my glass to you when I do. Thanks, dude. Really appreciate it. So was there a question there as well? There wasn't. Just a kindness. What a kind guy. This community is beautiful. Your acoustic playing on your most recent acoustic video, revisiting after 4 years, sounded amazing. And that was down to your playing. Oh, thank you, mate. That's really, really kind. I always get a little bit embarrassed when people compliment my playing. I think we all do that a little bit. And it certainly feels that way when you make videos with other guitar players. Yeah, we really, really do. It's doing my best. Bam, I'm very interested to see how this event plays out. You guys have to record some group jams. Yes, that's a good idea. It'd be nice to do some group jams. I wrote a song with Steve from Boston and Michael Palmisano of Guitargate, the guy that was repping for PRS over at TGU and in GitCon actually. And yeah, we wrote this real nice little ditty, and we're going to record it from afar. I think Steve and I will probably have a chat about it this week, but yeah, it'd be nice to get everybody together and have a bit of a jam. I love writing stuff. Oh yeah, thanks for that, Bam. Yeah, to anybody over in Florida or anybody in the path of storm or hurricane, I think it is now, Dorian, I hope you're safe and well. And a huge prayer goes out to anybody that's in the path of that or getting in trouble with it. And my folks have actually just sailed from Southampton across to Newfoundland, and so I'm a little bit worried about where that storm's going to go as well. But yeah, so thinking of everybody that may be affected by that. Ben says, agreed, it's the reason I'm doing a subscriber hangout tonight. Oh, you're doing a hangout? Cool, man. Excellent. I'll try and get in and watch that. Yeah, Scar, my guitar is absolutely in Florida, right in the path of the storm. Thinking about you, brother. I hope you're okay. Grey Pilgrim, you're on the East Coast as well, man. Wow. Yeah, prayers go out to all of you, friends. Yeah, be safe, everybody. Bless you, Amanda. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. So, questions. This thing makes you play these sort of riffs. Kills you for riffs like that. It just absolutely, it's lovely to play. I love it with a little bit of distortion on it as well. There's something really, really just jazzy about it. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, everybody be safe in Florida, guys. I bet it is going crazy over there. People here going crazy already. Shelves sold out of everything. Oh, man. Brexit Central says, have you ever given up trying to play a riff because it's too difficult? Well, I only write my own. I don't really play anything by anybody else. I haven't for ages, since I was in the function band. And then I needed to learn quite a lot of covers, everything from Kylie and Robbie to, I don't know, classics, all of the classics. But I don't tend to play anything on my channel that I haven't written myself. Accidentally I do sometimes. Oh, Jay Coulter's having to go. Bless you. Take care, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in. Lovely to see you, buddy. Danny the Jester, do I shred? No. I've never really tried. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of technique, and it doesn't excite me enough or make me feel enough to really put that time in, I'm afraid, Danny. He also asked, what's my opinion about SGs? Well, I love them. I love the access on an SG. I love the fact that the neck joins the body right up at the last fret, so you can easily get up as high as you need to it on those. I love that access, and when they're properly balanced, they're great to play. That Phil X guitar is beautifully balanced, and yeah, loving it, really loving it. Matt Johnson says, so I'm actually still regularly using my old 1980s Boss B5 at home and live. Do you use a basic multi-effects at any time at all rather than the bigger pedal board? Yes, absolutely. When I was gigging in the function band, I needed so many different tones. I used the Boss GT100, and I've done a few videos, or at least a couple of videos on here of that, or featuring it. And yeah, that was great because it allowed me to use loads and loads of different sounds. I don't really use a pedal board. I built one from the pedal board that they gave us from GitCon, but other than that, Yeah, so I did use a multi-effects, and now I use the axe. Brilliant. Yes, changing the strings and tuning. Terry Starks, well, what sound really full it is, isn't it? Just adds that double up thickness, which is beautiful. Jensen Bell says, hey Mike, how long have you been playing and who are your influences? Well, I've been playing for 34 years. I know it doesn't show, but my influences are many and varied because there's not really a genre of music that I don't like. My biggest influence always comes back to the Beatles. I'm an absolute Beatles fanatic. I love their music, I love their writing, and I hear a lot of their writing style in modern stuff, you know, everything from the Foo Fighters. I still hear tons of Beatles influence in everything. And the Stones. Unusually, I like the Beatles and the Stones. A lot of people are one or the other, but yeah, I like both. David Bowie, Queen, Iron Maiden, Metallica. Man, there's nothing I don't really like. And pop stuff, I like country music. But in terms of guitar, I just noodle and play, and whatever comes out. If it sounds good, it is good. Somebody asked me the other day, which area of Germany is it going to be in? Look, it's in, I can't remember now. Oh, it'll come back to me in a moment. But it's right in the centre of Germany, Sasha. You have a working lap steel? No, I don't. Grey Pilgrim's got one of the GT100s and a Boss Katana. Excellent. Yeah, made for each other. I bet they were. Yes, it is a private invitation only event, and I'm delighted to be invited. Absolutely delighted to be invited. Rhymes. I was astounded to be invited to GitCon in the first place last October, and then to get an invite to TGU, I was floored. And then when Henning Skyped me to say, would I go to his event, I was like, wow, what have I done to deserve this? No idea. Jensen says, yes, I do love the Beatles. I figured you were a fan of theirs by your playing. Cheers, man. Glad it comes across. Definitely, I'm very, very well influenced by the Beatles. Brad Miller loves the way I say the Beatles. Really? The Beatles. You like both but prefer the Stones. I had you as a Stones fan, Ben, I have to say. I think the Beatles influenced absolutely everybody, and I would include the Stones in that. They were always competing. There was, now I'm just trying to think what the two songs were, but when they first started to noodle about with distortion tones, they were pushing and driving each other. Yeah, definitely, Brian. In one way or another, the Beatles influenced us all. We like both kinds of music, country and Western. Bam, I wasn't aware, I wasn't planning to drop in by. I'm missing some of the comments here. This is going by really fast. Really sorry about this, guys. When I see David Gilmour in my hometown Toronto in 2016, his playing is just incredible. As for my amp, I use a Vox VT20X. Well, I've got the VT30 Valvetronics there. I think they're the same or very similar. Beatles. Beatles. Beatles song is absolutely here, there and everywhere. And I was reminded last time that I was asked the same question actually on the last live stream. And I couldn't remember which album it came from. I thought it was Abbey Road, but it's Revolver. Or is it the other way around? Yeah, I love that song. I like all the ballady type ones as well. Long and Winding Road. Favourite Beatles album is the first one I ever got, which is their early album, their mix album, the Red album. They did a red and a blue album. One was from 1961 to 1964, and the other one was 64 to 67. And they were red and blue, and it's the one with the picture of them on the staircase that's also on the Please Please Me album cover. And it's them that many years apart. And in the first one, they all look clean cut with their with their crop Beatles haircut, and in the second one they've all got beards and long hair. And yeah, do I like Dream Theater? Yes, I do, very much so. Can't say that I listen to it regularly, but when I hear it, I love it. Hey Bulldog, good shout, Ed, definitely. You've seen the Stones twice, but where would the Beatles be without Buddy Holly? Yeah, Buddy Holly. I think actually, if you remember back to my top 5 in 5 iconic Strats, Buddy topped out that list because his influence is huge. Can't think of anyone that doesn't like at least one Beatles tune. Yeah, exactly. Don't Let Me Down, On the Rooftop. Great shout, Ed, yeah. We're in the same country, although different ends. My town is not far from where they came from. Okay, Phil, yeah, you're up in the West Midlands way. Is that right? Matt Johnson, okay, cheeky question. What's Philip McKnight like in person? Seems a dude on his shows. He's lovely. He's a really, really nice, easygoing guy. He really took me under his wing at TGU, along with Steve from Boston, exactly the same as Steve was at GitCon. Lovely, lovely guys, both of them. And Tone King is absolutely lovely. In fact, I can't honestly say that I've met a YouTuber at one of these events that I haven't found to be really approachable and nice. There's a few that are busy with their own stuff and tend to hang out in groups, but everybody talks to everybody and it's really nice. So Phil's a great guy, really great guy, and I can't wait to see him this week as well. Any possibility of you doing another live stream with Steve from Germany? Absolutely, although he's from Boston. No, I'm only kidding. Absolutely, Jensen. I will definitely be trying to get Steve on a live stream with me. If he'll do it, I'm sure he will. We always tend to be together in the bar in the evenings, so we'll see what the internet's like at the hotel. Otherwise, we'll do it when we've got some downtime at the event, because Henning's promised that there will be good internet. So should be able to live stream. Yeah, Ben's hung with him as well. Yeah, you're right, Ben, absolutely. Super nice guy. Has anybody heard of Westfield Guitars? Yes, haven't played one. Northwest, okay. It's not West Midlands, Northwest. Okay, well, long way to come, Phil, but the invitation's there, mate. Have you ever tried the Harley Benton Dave Gilmour model? If not, could you do a demo of it when you get to Germany? I don't think Harley Bentons are going to be at the event. And I will be doing a few Harley Benton reviews when I get back. I've been in touch with my good buddy Ben and we'll sort something out. I tell you though, there is it Brian, not Brian Johnson, there's a guy that I'm subscribed to on YouTube that does loads and loads of Harley Benton reviews, and he recently got the Gilmour copy and it was really good. In fact, I was watching it today, so I will tell you who it is because it's good to help each other out and promote each other's stuff. So let me just come off here and go back into my history from today. I've watched a lot. I've been on a lot of live streams today. Let's have a look. Crikey. Oh, if you haven't seen it yet, go and check out Ben Eller's Little Fighter solo demo. 40 seconds long, real quick watch, but absolutely lovely. Loads of Rick Beato. John Robertson. John Robson, sorry. There you go. He's done a... Let me show you what his channel looks like. Hold your horses. Something a little bit like that. Okay, and he did a video 28th of August recently on the ST57DG. Well worth a watch. Thoroughly enjoyed that myself today. So, yeah, go and check him out. What we got? German hotels and internet is two words that don't go together well. Yeah, actually, I have to say it was okay at TGU. In certain places, you had to know where to go. Dog putt. I don't think that Tone King was a snub. I don't think there's anything in this community that is negative or bitchy or how do you say it? Certainly among those of us that attend these sort of events and talk to each other quite regularly, I think it's a case of numbers. And yeah, I was sorry to see that he wasn't going because I really like Lewis. But no, I don't think it was a negative thing, my friend. I don't think that's at all the case. Yeah, do come down and see me when I'm not too busy, when you're not too busy as well. Ben, I'm just getting into his channel. It's good stuff. Yeah, cool. Watch Ben Ella video. You watched it? Cool, Bam. He's a lovely guy. Really good player as well. What was your first live gig that I saw? Yours was 1981 AC/DC for those about to rock. I've never to this day seen that many Marshalls. Love it. Mine was actually Iron Maiden at the Hammersmith Odeon in 1996. And that was on there somewhere on tour for Somewhere in Time album. And I'm pretty sure that was my first, unless I was taken to anything as a kid that I don't remember. But I remember I went with my buddy from school, Andy, and we went up. I think we went up all on our own on the train. And in '86, I was only 15. There you go. But it was a different world then. I used to cycle all over the place when I was 7 or 8. How's the food in Germany? It's absolutely beautiful every time I go over there, especially if you like sausage. No, the food in general is amazing. The catering at GitCon and TGU was absolutely wonderful, and yeah, definitely. Henning and TTK need to talk then. Oh, well, I don't know. I saw Tone King's live stream the other day, and when he was talking about not being invited and not sure why, he seemed very positive about it. He did send, and I saw the comment on Henning's video, announcement video of him wishing him well and good luck. I don't think there's anything surreptitious about it, guys. Really, if I knew anything, I'd probably be tactful enough not to say if it was awkward, but I don't know anything of that nature, so yeah. Sorry, I meant to tag you on the Beatles thing, Ben Mozzie. What a great first gig. Yeah, absolutely. Maiden was amazing. And I just went back and saw them at the O2 as well last year, which was incredible. George Harrison, yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'll get demonetised, won't I? Sausage and beer all the way. Yeah, absolutely. So, yep, I bought this, and we also got the Taylor out this week. Let's switch over to that for a moment, because I've got it set up. Hopefully this should work. Let me turn the microphone. That's right, that's all good. I've got this set up. Now let me know if you can hear this. Hopefully you can hear that. I might as well leave that one up because I don't think that it'll pick up the reverb on the mic unless you can. Shall we do that? Hello! Oh, B-band's moving around in there. The Failer, or the Chailer, yes, only it's not, because it's not got any infringing trademarks on it. Henning wants the smaller channel so they can make connections with the brands involved. Absolutely, yeah, I totally agree. There's quite a few, a lot smaller than me this time, which is weird and cool. I'm looking forward to meeting them, looking forward to meeting the guys from that super fun Time Happy Pedal show. Is that right? Happy Time Pedal show? Yeah, lovely guys. Oh, guy, it's only one guy coming over. Maiden is one of your favourite bands. Bam, that's cool, man. Excellent. Glad you can hear this. Hugh says, it sounds great. Cool, man. Cool, cool, cool. I was going to ask you, I have a 1966 Echo J54. Do you think it's worth getting refretted? It still sounds great with that 60s tone. Well, if it needs refretting, yeah. Get it done properly and it will add immeasurably to the playability, certainly. But get somebody to have a look at it first. It may only need recrowning. It depends how flat the frets have gone and how worn they are. And sometimes you can rescue it with a bit of a level and a recrown. But you'd need to get somebody to have a look at it. I can't tell without, unless you've got a nice picture of it that you can send to us. You can hear it fine. So yeah, definitely nice 60s tone. It's worth hanging on to, isn't it? 66 Echo, before I was born. How about that? Wow. You're a really small channel, maybe too small at this point in time though. Yeah, I think keep on doing what you're doing, Phil. I like your content, I like your style, and it just takes time, man. I was looking at Social Blade today and getting myself all depressed about how slow the channel's growing. But actually, I say depressed, I wasn't. It's nice to see it grow, but it can't be the aim. That's my advice to anybody doing videos. Do videos you love and that you enjoy and that set you alight, because if they infuse you, you will be enthusiastic and you'll enthuse other people. So yeah, absolutely, just keep at it, because it's great stuff. I enjoy watching. I've been subscribed to you since almost the beginning, my friend. What's my warm-up routine, or is it just flowing? I don't really have a warm-up routine. I do like to play before I do a demo on YouTube. I really like to get just my fingers warmed up, especially as... Oh, Terry, hey, how you doing, Terry Tickler? Good to see you, my brother. And Rob's in as well. Hey, Rob. Bushbum. I don't know if I'm... but I'm not saying that right. Yeah, I do like to warm up before, especially before recording videos of demos for the guitar. I generally play for about half an hour on those demos and cut the best bits out. So I just noodle, really. Regardless of the legalities of that guitar, it looks great and sounds great too, as long as it plays great, which you seem to have no issues with. It's a lovely looking and sounding instrument. Well, the great thing about this one, Bam, is that it doesn't have any trademark infringements on it, and it's not got the made in or anything like that. So this is actually perfectly legal to resell. And I never would, because it's got my own logo on the headstock, but I just really, yeah, it took a lot of work. Really did take a lot of work, because I think if you've watched the video, the last video I did on Fretted Friday this week, this actually had developed a big forward bow since it was in the cupboard for so long, and I think that's the issue. In fact, I know already. There's a video coming about the D45. That's had exactly the same issue, and I don't want to spoil the video. It'll be out, I think it's a week on Friday, because I think we might have Pete Thorne coming up on this Fretted Friday, or is it Tuesday? I can't remember. I'm about 2 weeks ahead with my videos, so I've got videos done till I get back from 42 Gear Street. So yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, absolutely. If you haven't already subscribed to Phil Mosley Music, go and check him out. Check out Ben Coombs as well. Both lovely, lovely guys, always here, always very supportive of me as well. So I always like to reciprocate these things, and I subscribe to very, very few channels, and the ones I do subscribe to, these two guys included, I watch regularly. Don't always comment because I think sometimes, especially in live shows, as soon as I say hello, the orange China guitar skeptics go up, and I always feel a little bit embarrassed to hijack streams and stuff. But I watch most of the stuff you guys put out. It's time more than anything else, isn't it? Yes, really well done. Thank you so much, China Guitar Skeptic. I know it takes time. Just want to enjoy it. That's it. Absolutely. Stay off Social Blade. Tell me about it. Yeah, for sure. I think the thing, oh, that's nice. That's a lovely comment. Phil, you carry yourself like you already have a tremendous audience behind you. Video quality and production is leagues above most. I totally agree. Really, really good. Hey, Mike, I'm thinking of purchasing an LT. How's the quality of the guitar? LT. Am I being really thick here? Probably being really thick here. My brain is not in gear. Oh, LT custom guitars. How could I be so thick? Absolutely. Lewis will kill me for that, won't he? Jensen, yes. How's the quality of the guitar? Absolutely outstanding, exquisite. He makes, they're absolute masterpieces. They are master built guitars by a master craftsman, hand building. And yeah, every guitar that I've played and demoed on this channel, well, you've heard how good they play. They play great, they feel great, and they look absolutely awesome. And his finishing is second to none, really great. In fact, I would liken it to the Framers finishing that I saw on all of their guitars. Real top-end, master-built type stuff. Yeah, definitely check him out and have a chat with him, because he's always receptive to doing some deals as well. So I'm sure you'll get a good price on something. So yeah, definitely. I can thoroughly recommend Lewis and LT Custom Guitars. Lots of chat going on between you at the minute. Ben, I think I might stay on air tonight until Phil Mosley hits 250 subs. Love it, love it. It won't take long, Phil. In fact, I thought you were already at 250 subs. What's the last bit of used gear you bought? Whew, wow, that's a really good question. I don't remember ever buying any used gear. Oh, no, I did. I think the last bit of used gear I bought was the Carlsbro GLX 85, and we're going back 15 years. I don't buy a lot of used gear. I go out and try stuff out. I've got too much gear already. I've got, like every other guitarist, I've got gas. Everyone log into their troll account and sub. I don't think Phil needs that, to be perfectly honest with you. We should do a telethon though. I think we got that going on tonight, haven't we? Bless. Something I do need to tell you about is that while I'm in Germany with Henning, they are doing this wonderful thing for the local animal sanctuary, and each of us YouTubers is being asked to bring a piece of kit. And talking about secondhand kit reminded me, thank you very much for that, Matt. And so I've got to think about what I can take, and more importantly, because of the Ryanair restrictions on luggage, I only take a case about this big and one piece of hand luggage that I've paid extra for to take on board. So what I thought I would do is I would take the Sonic Ache Black Hammer, because this was really quite popular, especially with the metalheads when I did the review, and I think that's quite a decent giveaway for their eBay giveaway thing, or a eBay charity auction, I think it is. So yeah, what do you think? I'm thinking of taking this because it will go in my hand luggage. It won't add too much weight into it, and yeah, what do you think? Silence came a stern reply. Johnny Bean's in. Hey, oh, Johnny Bean's dog is in. Oh man, love it, love it. Oh goodness me. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's a really good thing that Henning's doing. That he's obviously very into animals. He has animals at the end, of course, and I just thought this is probably less than 500 grams. It'll go in my case, and it means I can take it with me to Germany rather than having to send something from the UK separately. So yeah, I'm thinking that this will be quite fun. Bam Mozzie thinks it's the perfect thing to take. Yeah, I really enjoyed demoing it, and it is a sort of a pedal that you've got to be into the metal, real heavy rock and heavy metal type tones to really get best use out of this. And I've obviously got the Axe effects to do that, and I probably won't play this particularly much. So yeah, I think take the couch. Yeah, okay man, yeah, I'll take the couch. So yeah, when you see, in fact, I should remember to say, follow the hashtag 42GS1, because all of the content that I put out, I will do my best to remember to put that on it. But also I think you'll get links to things like the eBay fundraiser for the animal sanctuary, and I think it's a lovely, lovely idea. So yeah, I'm glad that you approve. That's definitely what I shall be taking then. Thank you for confirming that for me. So yeah, I think it's a lovely idea, don't you? I think to do something positive, put something back, I think that's always a good thing. Keith's in and says, hello, do you think the Kitona Boss 50 is too big practice amp for the bedroom? I think you mean the Katana. And no, I don't think it's too big. I think only a large tube amp that you can't really attenuate and turn down is too big for practice in the bedroom. Boss Katana 50, from everything I've heard and seen, seems like it's got great tone from very low volume to, you know, almost gigging, or at least to gigging volume. So yeah. Take the couch, that does kill me, that does. I think, you know, more Canadian and American people drink tea. Coffee is a big thing over here now. I love coffee. Phil X got me into proper coffee. Pooh Ninja's in. Hey Pooh, how you doing, brother? Lawrence Petros Design. Hey, how you doing, mate? Lovely to have you here. Mustn't do that. I've just adjusted this neck to take the full bow out of it. The last thing I should be doing is squishing it that way. Bam, I totally agree with you. I love the Rob Scallon Guinness record for the massive pedal board. And I think you're right, it should have been sold off for charity. It's nice to have all the YouTubers involved, and obviously what they were after was coverage. So all of the YouTubers that were sent stuff, I've seen David Wallerman, I've seen Phil McKnight, I've seen Tone King, who else have I seen? Robert Baker, of course, my dude. How can I forget Robert? Have all made lovely videos on it. So it's really spreading that Sweetwater sponsorship out there. So they've done really, really well for it. And I'm very, very impressed with the... wasn't so impressed with the sound of it. Goodness me, it was quite a racket, wasn't it? But yeah, I think it's a shame that they didn't make a little bit more of a positive contribution to the community in some way. Yeah, I agree with you, Bam. Tim Pearce was involved. Okay, cool. Almost got it, almost got it. Do you know, that was the piece I played on the nylon string classical guitar that I demoed, and I wrote it for that. And boy, of every piece of guitar work that I've ever written, that's the only one of my own that I really struggle to play. It's yeah, it's really, really tricky, that one, and I never quite get it right, especially the yeah, getting there. What do we got? Tim Pearce, life exists for guitars and coffee. What a nice idea, Dog Pal. Yeah. So, definitely going to get a schematic of that one coming up for sure. I thought those were genius. I've missed something here, sorry. Do I do all of my own setup and fretworking? Yes, absolutely. Have done for, I think somebody was just going. Sorry, I missed it. It's gone off the top. Sorry, whoever's off. Thank you for dropping in. I've always done my own setup work. I built guitars from necks from a very early stage. I suppose I was about 16 or 17 or 18 maybe when I started building, but I've always been somebody that does my own work on the guitars, because you get it absolutely right once you work out how to do it. And I think I've done it on several videos. You follow the Ron Thorne method, and I'll never forget that now. And that was a Phil McKnight-ism, because he told Phil McKnight, and he spread the word with all of us, bless him. And so yeah, I've always done the setup, train, tune it, check the rod or relief, which you can easily do by fretting the first and last, see if there's some distance under it. Don't need a feeler gauge. Relief, action, set the action. This one can't go down a lot lower because it's quite a low saddle already, but I don't want to spoil anything about the D45. I think we can get the action on that quite low now. You should feature your playing more. You do really well, much better than cheap guitars. Oh, bless you. I think that was a very kind compliment. Phil Mosey says, I was working out a piece the other day on my acoustic, only got the intro though. Very nice. Thank you, bless you. Everyone here I know is Salamander, Smiley, hey there, Bam. Oh, everyone is on. Excellent. What is it about guys in the UK named Mike being such great players? Yeah, do you know any? Cheeky. But thank you. I know you meant it nicely. What do we got? Love my 74 t-shirt. Lawrence Petros Designs. Rub hands in warm coffee to wake up sleepy fingers. Thank you, Lefty Guitarist. I will do my best to bring great gear content from 42 Gear Street. Oh yeah, I is intonation, yeah, and then N is noodle. Once you've done the tune, the relief, the action, the intonation, then tune it again and noodle about, see how it feels. That's the most important thing. So yeah, always done my homework and my own work. Learn a lot. If you learn how to set up a guitar, it actually helps you with a lot of things as well. It helps you with playing. Having it intonated is very important. Lawrence Petros, it's lovely to see you in, man. I haven't had a chance to try out any of your pedals yet. I think we must rectify that when I get back from Germany again. That would be really cool. Loved when you posted a live show you were in a while back. Okay, cool. I hope that's one of my live streams. I don't do very many. I've got really into it of late though. Seems to be Sunday live shows, and I left it late because I didn't want to tread on my buddy Pete Thorne's toes, and he didn't do one tonight. Yes, great. Let's hook up, Lawrence, and that'd be really great. Really love to do some demos of your gear. That'd be really cool, man. Really enjoy doing anything guitar related, and from what I've seen from Ben's stuff and other places you've got guys to do reviews for you, it looks like great stuff to play with as well. Really enjoying this. Nice guitar. It is, now that it's set up, it plays okay. There was always a bit of a shame that the 7th fret on this has got real nasty dinks and blemishes. It looks to me like what they did was they made a mistake when they were seating the 8th fret, and it literally looks like they've dug it out with a pair of pliers and then just not bothered to do anything with the fretboard, which is a shame because it's got this real nice inlay in it as well, which is kind of like a tree of life. And look, there's even like a glue mark here up on the 12th and 13th fret, which is, you know, I could take the thing apart and do some work on it myself, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's a Chinese fake. So, what are we saying? I've missed loads. Have you looked into Gordon Lightfoot's for some acoustic pieces? Now, you suggested this to me, and no, I haven't. I completely forgot. But you did. Tell you what, let me do what I didn't do the other day, which is make a note for myself on my little notepad memo app and add in Gordon Lightfoot. No, not Lightthorn, Lightfoot. And I'll save that and go and check it out. So, actually, I wanted to run another idea past you that I've had, which is I'm looking for ideas for new series. I'm going to keep going with the top 5 in 5, but I kind of want to find my sort of pace and my stride a little bit. And I'm thinking about doing a video series on classic bits of gear, because I've realised that all the top 5 in 5s culminate with my number 1. And particularly I was thinking about the Vox AC30 and doing a kind of a potted history or an extended history of the AC30 as one of my new series of videos. What do you think of that, folks? Do you think that would be a good series to do, or is there anything else that you think would be cool to see a series of? I'm certainly thinking about doing a build and developing my luthier skills a bit more, but what do you think? If you were sent it for a review, would you have bought it? This, no, I wouldn't. And I can say absolutely hand on heart the same for all of the Chinese copies and fakes. None of them have been outstanding. None of them have been really worth the money. I wouldn't have bought it. Not like this, you know, like the, can't see it, can you? Not like the Danelectro 12 string. No, there's been none of these. It sounds okay. I've got it playing a lot better than it came out of the box, and changing the strings on it as well. But no, I wouldn't have bought any of these. Acoustic sounds good. How much of the direct sound are we hearing mixed in with the main mic? Is the pickup any good? Well, I'll give you another little demo, Dave, with me taking this mic out, and you'll then just get the sound through the... Oh, sorry. Took the mic out before I finished talking, and then give you the sound direct from this. Ben likes it when I have a guest stop by for a chat. Yeah, I enjoy those. The coffee and chill with CGS videos are great fun. I've got Mike Bradley coming back again. We're going to definitely do something longer term together, which would be good fun. But yeah, I'm trying to get a few interesting new guests onto the channel, and I might have a couple of nice big surprises coming soon, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But I'm just looking for series of things that people would find interesting, that I find interesting, but that's why I'm throwing it out there. I really quite like the idea of doing some building and a bit more luthier work, and definitely like the idea of doing a bit more in depth on the top of my top 5 in 5s. I think it might be fun. Vintage items would be great. AC30, yes. Thank you, Canadian in the UK. That's good to know, really good to know. Terry Tickler says that would be great as well. Phil Mosley's still listening but can't chat for a few minutes. That's cool, man, no worries. The guitar sounds great and rings beautifully, but as you know how well it's built and holding up, it could be worth the effort of cleaning it up and fixing the blemishes. Yeah. If I get time, it's time. You know, any time I spend, unless I make a video of it, which then is productive time spent on it. So yeah, you love, love Mike Bradley. Love Mike Bradley too, my friend Dave Hart. Yeah, absolutely. CGS Trio, Baby Alexander. Do you remember that video? Wow, that shows how long you've been with me, the Dogpa. Yeah, in fact, Sugar Matt, bass player on that, was in earlier having a little chat. I doubt he's still here because he's got 2 youngsters and he probably needs his beauty sleep. The 2 mics would be great. Such great players and personalities, definitely a show worth watching. Thanks, brother, that's really cool. I always have a good laugh with Mike. We have real good time. And I think that's half of the thing, to really be into what you're doing. And I think that's what's contagious with all the channels I watch, is you can tell when somebody really does enjoy what they're doing. So yeah, I promised a moment ago, I think it's a pretty good idea getting tones on the Vox with different gear. Okay, yeah, that could be that's a nice, interesting idea. That could tag on quite nicely onto a history, couldn't it? How it sounds with various different guitars. I'll put my thinking cap on that. Thank you, Mickey. Nice one. Yeah, I promised to show you what the direct sound on its own was like. So this mic's going off for a moment and it'll just be the plugged-in acoustic. I've currently got the tone control about 3/4 of the way up. I've got the bass control just a little bit above the middle and the volume's on full. So this is, and I've put a little bit of reverb on the Zoom R16. I can't hear it, but you can. So let's have a quick listen to it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So much for me trying that. I think it was working earlier in the stream. It could be literally that I have never changed the battery in this, and it might just be that that has finally given up the ghost. Although it's always rocking around in here like crazy. It never sticks to the inside of the guitar at all. So let's just see if I can get this out. That's still working, I think. Let's just... Did I really just do what I did? So that it wasn't ringing all over the place, I turned the volume down on it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Hang on. I'll tell you what I'm going to do as well. I'm just going to release a load more of this cable in here and see if I can't. That's why that's just not sticky anymore. I'm just going to chuck this bag in the bottom so that it actually stays down and just finds its own little... Right, we'll try again. We have all done it, haven't we? And I was going straight away to turn the volume down again. How embarrassing. Yeah, it is plugged in now. It's plugged in and it's working because I remembered to turn the volume back up, and I'll leave it up now because otherwise I shall forget to do it again. It's actually pretty good, hard to get really good sounds direct. It is, absolutely. Yeah, I think actually when I bring that up and play it with a little bit of the ambient room mic as well, I think it sounds much better. If I could play something that actually sounded like... Yeah, gives a bit more depth and a bit more natural acoustic sound. It does indeed. And actually this little microphone here, which is a very, very cheap lapel that I buy for the sets of radio mics that I hire out, it just sounds really great. These sound absolutely fantastic. Believe it or not, they're from China. Cheapy from China. But they do sound good, and it does seem to pick up really nicely. Not just the voice, and I'm going through the radio, Sennheiser radio pack, for the voice, but it also seems to pick up the ambient sounds of guitar, particularly acoustic guitar, really nicely in the room. So yeah, I do think it gives it a much more natural acoustic sound, more full sounding. Yes, thanks Ben, absolutely. Yeah. Peter Hickson spent half an hour looking for a... Hi, by the way, Pete. Looking for a problem, found I hadn't plugged a speaker cable into an amp. Yeah, lucky not to fry it while looking for the problem. Wow, man, especially if it was a tube amp. Ooh, yeah, could have been expensive, couldn't it? So, yeah, I do quite enjoy playing this, though. I've been doing quite a lot of acoustic stuff. I can't remember how I played that one that I put on Instagram the other day. It's quite a nice little... No, definitely won't be able to remember it, I don't think. No, let's not even try. Let's not even go there. Love the sound of the capo. What did you think of the idea of making videos about the issues and amount of work it takes to bring the cheap Chinese guitars up to an acceptable standard? It's a great question, Bam, but that's pretty much what I did at the start of the channel. When I first bought these, I pointed out all of the issues and all the problems and did quite a few series on doing them up. I particularly remember the Greenie Moore series. I did about 8 or 9 videos where I did the Greenie Moore mod. I sorted out the setup on the guitar. I've done quite a lot of setups with things like saddles on acoustics. What I'd like to do next, and certainly something I've thought about doing, quite a bit is actually changing out some of these plastic saddles for bone and doing a before and after sound test to see just how good these sound. And while I was in New Zealand with my buddy Pete, who I was really hoping might make it in tonight, but I'm not sure he saw the notification, and he's probably driving a train somewhere around Taronga. But what I was thinking about doing is, and I was just going to say actually, when I was over with Pete, I suggested that he went to the butcher shop and get himself some old bone. And he did. And what we did was we cut the bone out and we put it in the oven and heated it up and let it literally get quite hot for some time. And it made it a little easier to work with. And then literally what we did was we cut out a new nut for the, I think it was his third, yeah, I think it's serial number 3 guitar, that beautiful Telecaster that I demoed. And what had happened is the nut was slightly too close to the edge on the top E, and so the top E was sliding off to begin with. So we recut that nut, made it out of bone that we actually got from one of the butchers over there, and it worked brilliantly. So I might do that, might just give that a bit of a go, make the bone myself from some, I think thigh bone is the best to get, so a leg of beef with a nice thick thigh bone in it should do the job quite nicely. And what's more, if I buy it with the meat on it, we can eat that first. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. Let me know what you think about that. Just ideas. I'm not running out of ideas or running out of videos. I've got, and the one thing I'm worried about going to Gear Street is that I've still got about 20 plus videos from TGU to do, and I just want to think of things, or at least put things out there, especially on these live streams when baby Dan's in, good to see you, really nice to see you, Daniela, thanks for joining us. I was just saying, yeah, I'm just looking to throw ideas out there and get some feedback while we're all live and talking to each other about what you think would be good content, because I want to make sure it keeps on being exciting and fresh and interesting for you guys. So drop me a line, shout me out in all the comments as well of the videos that I do if you like something. And even I've got very broad shoulders. If there's stuff I've done that you think don't really like that, let me know, because I don't want to make content that you don't want to see. Even if I enjoy making it, I still don't want to make it if you don't want to watch it. So let me know, let me know. Hugh, you want to see a series reviewing cheap guitar accessories? Awesome, yeah. In fact, funny enough, I was thinking about doing a video on this, which is, I think, a really well-priced Harley Benton toolkit, which was actually a gift, believe it or not, from when we went to TGU. But it's got everything you could need to set up a guitar in it, right from feeler gauges. It's got a nice metal rule. It's got a capo in there, a string winder, a pair of clippers, a nut adjuster, and there's a ton of Allen keys or hex wrenches, whatever you call them in your particular place in the world. So yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing a review of those, and I think that's really reasonably priced. So yeah, just let me know what you think. Saddles and nuts from tusks and antlers. Wow. Blaine, how you doing, brother? You want to hear some more recording? What recording technique and setup in the studio? I don't mind doing some of that. I've done an awful lot of that in my time, so quite happy to do videos on that. I mainly use this Zoom R16 nowadays for my demo stuff that I do for the channel. And more recently, I've just been plugging into the 8i6, the Focusrite Scarlett 8i6 3rd gen, because it really does capture, it's really nice and bright and full. So I've been using that a lot in the studio. And because I tend generally to record one instrument at a time and I play everything, I'll start with a guitar part and lay that down in stereo. Then I'll chuck perhaps another guitar part on. And then finally, after that, I'll then go over and put some drums on. If I'm working to a click track or not, doesn't really matter. But then chuck some bass on. So I'm only really using a maximum of 2 tracks at a time is where I'm going with that. So on the DAW, the Focusrite does the job with that. But this I'm able to put a whole band through pretty much. We've had 2 guitars, bass, drums and 3 vocals into this, recorded and mixed live. Technical stuff and maybe band recording session. Okay, yeah, cool, man. I was just saying to Sugar Matt earlier on the stream that we've got to get together with one of our many different drummers real soon and have a jam session. And actually, I've thought for a long time, and now I know it will work, using this to input into the Focusrite, which seems to have absolutely no lag on it at all, and no delay, no noticeable latency is the word I'm looking for. I know that I could actually play with the band live using the electronic drum kit exactly as we record, and that'd be a great live stream, I think, don't you? Technical stuff, yeah, cheap gear, just don't use cheap cables. Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? Talking of cheap cables, I've had this particular cable for about 20 years, and one of the secrets that I use, actually let me turn that down and I'll show you on this exact cable. One of the things I always use is a coiling technique, and I call it under and over, and literally it keeps the copper cable as straight as possible in your cables. So all it is you twist it one way and then give the same length again and twist it the other way, so that you're effectively putting the loops in the back and in the front. And although I've got those differing sizes now, the great thing is that then when you want to use it again, you just drop it out and it's got not a single knot in it. So yeah, it works really well. Excuse your ears. Oh no, the thing's down, that's okay. So yeah, I don't use cheap cables, but my cables tend to last. Ivana compensated nut. Yeah, I've used the compensated nut on Greenie Moore 2, and it's still in there. What else are you saying? Phil Mosley's back. Hey, brother. Sasha Snyder wants to know what's my DAW of choice. I use Cubase. I use the version, the really cheap version of Cubases that came with the Zoom. Over my years, I've used most of them. I've used Logic. I've used, even going back to Cakewalk. I don't know if anybody remembers Cakewalk. Do they still do Cakewalk? But always come back to Cubase. I think it's because it was the first thing I ever started on and I just find it easy. But a lot of the stuff I do now, I use the click on this and just record direct to the hard drive on this, or the SD drive it is. So yeah, I would like to know how good the toolkit is. Have the Cruise Tools one, but missing some useful things. Okay, I'll do a demo on the Harley Benton toolkit. That's cool, no problem at all. A proper cable wrap, thank you. There you go. Thanks for that, Quentin. I'm glad you approve. It's stood me in really good stead. I do a lot of lighting and sound work as well, and I've managed to, in the old days before, you know, when you're doing it round the arm, and it makes me cringe to see people wrapping cables like that now. I used to go through hundreds of cables, and as I say, about 15, 20 years ago maybe, I learnt this technique, and I've had this cable ever since. And I think this one survives particularly well because it's got this lovely sheath that stops particular kinks in it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of free DAWs out there now. Maintain axial integrity. Toss that like a lariat. Yeah, absolutely. It does maintains the integrity of the copper cables because it's putting the least stress on it because it doesn't twist it within the outer plastic sheath. So I've run into trouble with tiny gauge wires installing pickups, overheat too quickly, been replacing with 24 gauge. Okay, you need to be careful with that because you can run into higher resistance and even capacitance on thicker gauge cable, but you should be fine with that. Cakewalk is free, yeah. Phil Mosley uses Cubase. I've seen on your videos, my friend, but you've got the full bells and whistles version. What would your essential setup toolkit be? These and any particular Allen wrench you need to adjust the truss rod, to adjust the relief, and if you've got an adjustable saddles as well, another small Allen wrench. They're the only tools you need. I've shown this a million times, Matt, but literally for checking relief in the neck, you fret out the first and last, and you should just get just very slightly buzzing at the moment. So this is because I've actually pulled this neck right back. But you can also do a visual. If you fret out the first and last, you can just see under about the 7th fret, if you've got just a little bit of space between the string and the fret. So you really don't need anything more than your hands, your ears, and the particular tools that adjust the parts on the guitar. And I've done setups in the break in a gig. So basically I've changed the set of strings on a guitar between sets and done a setup on the guitar during that time using this technique, and also using the technique of checking the nut. Not that you can adjust the nut on the fly really that easily. You can, but it's hard. And you even cutting a nut that's too shallowly cut, you can cut the nut using the wound strings just by using it as a file. So it's always a little bit Heath Robinson, and actually that was one of the ways I used to show the work I was doing on the Chinese fake guitars. At the beginning of my channel, I used to do setups using household stuff, nice, easy, you know, almost hacks for how you can work on your guitar without many tools at all. You don't really need a lot. So that's my answer to that. Matt, you've got some great questions tonight, my friend. Can you come every live show? Don't stand on your cables and unplug them by holding onto the plug. Don't just yank them out by holding the actual cable. They'll last for years. Exactly. Don't stand on your cables ever. And always unplug them using the metal bit. Literally. Yeah, totally. How we do... with proper cable wrap, you can walk out 30 meters of cable with no kink. Yeah, absolutely. You're totally right. We've been going 100 minutes, 38 watching. That's cool, really cool. How many thumbs have I got, Ben? Try replacing a plug on Sony headphones. No insulation on wire other than the varnish thing. Real cluster. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. I'll leave the hammer at home. Yeah, love it. Don't plug your £1,000 guitar into your £1,000 amp using a $10 cable. Yeah, absolutely. Love it, Quentin. That's really cool. Don't touch the plug with your hand. Really? I just wouldn't touch it with my tongue. Although I have at some stage, I think. 33 thumbs up. Cool. That's brilliant. Don't buy coiled cables either. Oh, the ones that come on a coil. Just click the bell. Thank you, Matt. Really appreciate that, my friend. Absolutely awesome. How do you give a thumbs up? Like that. Now on the video, on the watch screen, there's a like and a dislike thumbs. Click on the one that's pointing up. I'd love that. This is off topic, but would you agree that the kit guitars on AliExpress are the same kits they use to make Gibsons? Do you know, that's a really interesting question, JB Stork. I don't know is my honest answer, because I haven't bought a kit guitar from AliExpress yet, but it's one of the things I'm thinking of doing. I wasn't sure whether to go for one from AliExpress or whether to go for one of the eBay kits, but actually it would make sense to try the one from AliExpress and see how similar the build is. And it wouldn't surprise me, let's just say that. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the kit guitars are the same as the ones they use for Gibsons. Yeah, everyone telling you to click the thumbs up now. Not unless you want your 10-foot cable to become a 4-foot cable after 2 songs. Love it. You grab the sleeve ground section, it gets dirty and corroded. Yeah, this one doesn't because it's plastic covered. So again, I was just saying, I think that's one of the reasons why this has lasted so long. But you can see that I always use the plastic sheath to pull it off because it's sliding down. I know you're saying don't touch this bit, but it's like touching tubes in a tube amp. I do try not to, but it doesn't really make a great deal of difference. I'll tell you one thing, the insulating strip on this is starting to corrode. That's how long I've had this cable. Nice, 38 thumbs up. 39 now, really cool. Try one from AliExpress and a Crimson kit. You know, I think Baby Dan asked about the Crimson visit. And I do need to do that. I really want to go down to the West Country and see Ben Crow and go and do a little bit of a tour of the workshop there. He's invited me, so it's rude of me not to go. And I really, really do love his work and his channel. And I've been watching that from almost day one. So I really, really always reading while I'm speaking. I really ought to go down and see him. And I will make it down there, definitely. Which way do you turn a nut on a truss rod to make... Okay, the nut on a truss rod, generally if it's in the top, this one isn't, this is a fake truss rod cover here. The truss rod is in here. But when you're looking at the truss rod adjustment, it's righty-tighty and lefty-loosey. And righty-tighty will pull the neck back, and lefty-loosey will push the neck forward. Simple. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Can't find my thumbs. Give 2 ups when I do. You can only give 1, but bless you. You always wipe them with your shirt as well. Love it. Yeah, of course. That's what we all do. And again, it's improvising with what you've got. That's what I say with the setup. You don't need anything really. Blaine's given me loads of thumbs up here, love it. Crimson kits are expensive, I would practice first. Yeah, I might practice on the Chinese one and then try a Crimson kit, although Ben's invited me to go down and take the guitar course, so I'm not sure yet. It's time. Time is crazy. I've stopped working full time and I seem to be busier now doing a bit of consulting and an awful lot more YouTube, which is just because I enjoy it and I can afford the time, but I seem to be busier than ever. And particularly at the moment, it's just coming to the end of the kids' school holidays, summer holidays, the 6-week long holidays over here at the moment. And I've been with my kids pretty much every single day of those holidays. So hopefully things will start to settle down a bit when I get back from Germany, because they'll all be back at school and I'll have all day in the daytimes to do the stuff I need to get done. And I'm still working about 6 or 7 days as a consultant in the industry that I was in before each month. So it's really time. I know that's a bit of a fudge of that question, but I will get out there, definitely. Ben's builds are outstanding. Yeah, absolutely. His 90-hour build's crazy. I know that lattice work is just, whoa, absolutely insane. Yeah, they're insane. I love some of those guitars, one of a kind. Yeah, for sure. I like the honeycomb LED one. That was insane. Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing my own inlays. I would love to go and do a 6-day Crimson course, but need to find when I can have a week off. Yeah, well, James, that's the thing. I should now have the time, but it's a case of getting down there. I will give him a ring again when I get back from Germany, and we'll try and sort something out. But also, Lewis LT has offered to give me some hints and tips, and he's literally just down the road, so that'd be really cool. Hey China, question out the blue. The Rob Scallum pedal board was parted out to 34 people. I know some, but not all. Do you know who won? I don't think it was a case of winning, Morris. Rob gave, there were 37 pedal boards, I think, not 34. And I think they were all sent out to his choice of YouTubers. I think they were mainly, if not all, American YouTubers. I've only seen the 5 or 6 that I mentioned earlier on the stream, which is Robert Baker, Phil McKnight, Tone King and David Wallerman do their unboxing and demo of it. I'm sure there'll be other people like, I suspect Ryan Bruce has been sent one, I don't know, but they were all sent out to them. And I know there was a competition as well through Sweetwater, but I think that's still open. So go over to the Sweetwater website and hopefully you'll be able to find out if you can enter it there, or maybe check out Rob's channel. It's bound to be in the links in that record breaking video. Crimson look amazing. Go to the West Country. I'd love to visit Henry Williamson at Carrickfergus, County Antrim. Ah, nice. Ben's sunglasses build pretty cool too. You're having a sabbatical as well, Sasha. That's really cool. Yet you don't seem to have time for anything. And Bam, yeah, I'm absolutely, I wouldn't use the word happier, because happy to me, wow. Dogpa, Gordon Smith guitars, absolutely amazing. I totally agree with you. I was just saying to Bam that happiness is on a scale. You know, you've got to have contrasting lower times to be happy. But what I do feel is immensely content. I definitely feel like I've made the right decision, and it feels like my life is my own and I'm doing something that I enjoy and is worthwhile. Because you're only here once, and we're here for a good time, not a long time. And so, yeah, I'm making the very best that I can of it. Honeycomb guitar with the, yeah, that was absolutely outstanding. Dovidas, someone's shouting. Tyler Larson. Okay, so Darryl Braun. Actually, I did see the Darryl Braun one. I'm sure Tyler Larson will have one. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Soda. How you doing? What's up, man? James Severin as well. Hey there, China Dude. Hey there, James. Casey Lee. Sup, Ben? We got some newbies coming in as well. Yeah, Robert Baker. I saw the Robert Baker one. I love Robert. Never miss a video of his. Really love his playing, and he's a super sweet guy as well. Very pleased for you, Chinese Guitar Septic, and glad to hear you're content with your decision. That's the only thing that you have to be in life is contentment. That's a level. That's a parity. That's a continuum, contentment. And then you can add happy and sad times to that, depending on circumstance and what's going on. But I think previous to making the decision I made back in March, I wasn't content. I always felt that I wasn't making the best use of the 4,000 weeks that you, on average, get on this planet. And I wanted to make sure my 4,000, or at least what I've got left of them, I'm probably well over halfway now, is well used, in my own opinion. So yeah, I'm very much happier, and things seem to be, touch wood, seem to be working out rather well. We seem to be making ends meet. We're struggling a little bit more than we did, but that's more just a financial thing. And actually it was mainly because I didn't work at all across the summer holidays, which has been a bit of a pinch. But that means any of my jobs, I didn't do any work at all for the last 6 weeks. And I've not been bored. I've been flat out busy. But yeah, definitely contented. If I'm ever really happy, I'll recognise it as it will not look like the last 60 years. It's the journey, I keep telling myself. That's really sad, my friend. I think happiness, as I say, is it is a variable thing. You've got to have sad times to contrast to be happy. But contentment's the thing that I think is a constant. You can be content. You can feel that you're doing the right thing with your time. And if you don't feel that, Dogpa, then you need to have a think about what's important. And if you, I'm not a life guru, but I think the most important thing is we're here for a good time, not a long time. And if you're not content, then it's time to change stuff. And that's why I did it in March, and I'm now content. And I'd recommend it to anybody. Don't worry about money. Money is a lubricant. Money is a necessary evil, and I've never been interested in accumulating it. I've always been very careful in terms of saving and particularly with servicing any debts. I hate having debts, but I've never been money motivated. And I think if you're money motivated, then you're on a sticky downward slope towards disappointment. And I think there's more important things. It's people, and there's only now, and there's only love, is what I said on Jamie Lewis, the bassist's podcast, and I strongly believe that you've got to be doing the stuff that makes you feel it's worthwhile. You're not here for a long time. I agree, China's skeptic. For me, money isn't great, but I truly love doing what I'm doing. Yeah, there you go. Exactly, Ben. You're going to love life more. Enjoy life with contentment, relishing in the bouts of happiness. Yeah, love it. That's truly what matters, Ben. It's been a great journey, don't get me wrong, but there's no time to slow down. Too old and lost it all a while back. Never too old, my friend, never ever too old. Bam says, I bet you really appreciate seeing and spending time with your kids. Exactly. I walk them to school every morning, which is fantastic. Terry says, wow, still going. I just cabbed to Home Depot, cabbed back and even filled some holes with fine gravel before I came back in here to the PC. Well, there you go, Terry. We've waited for you, mate. I should wrap up, really. I don't know how long I've been going. I just enjoy chatting to you. So, oh my word, been going nearly 2 hours. That's crazy. I've enjoyed it. Used to make a ton of money, but never had any time off. All the money in the world isn't worth it. Absolutely. They say that we spend the first half of our life earning money and then the second half of our life spending it trying to recapture our youth. Great to see you in as well, JB Stork. I hope I'm saying your name right, and take good care, my friend. Now I'm broke and semi-happy. That's the only thing that matters. Contentment, I would say, rather than happy. Well said, money can only get you so far. Exactly, absolutely. And Soda, you're absolutely right. Time is money. And what you are doing with work is you're trading your time for money. And what I've done is I've traded some of the money for more time. And sometimes if it's the right thing for you, it's the right thing for me. It might not be the right thing for anybody else out there. And it's a personal thing. You've got to make the decision for yourself. Yeah, we got Mickey is in and others still in here or joined late. Matt's got another question. Cool, this could be cool. Okay, simple question, potentially complex answer. And just before I pop off tonight, how many guitars is enough? I told my wife, this is my absolute favourite quote. I can't remember where I got it from, but I told my wife, because she's 9 years younger than me, lucky devil. That's me being the lucky devil. When I die, which I clearly will first, I want you to go out into the studio and in my guitar cupboard and count up how many guitars there are. And the answer to your question is, I needed one more. Always needed one more. Yeah, it is absolutely awesome. I love walking the kids to school. We talk, we sit and eat meals together, and it's a really positive thing. They're only young once, and they're only little once, and I'm trying to make the most of every moment. There you go. Only 6 more hours to match Ben. Yeah, Ben's renowned for his long streams. Hey, I was in a guitar shop yesterday and the salesman handed me what he called a Chinese Fender. Anybody ever heard or played? Yeah, there's loads of Squires that have been made in China. I've shown a couple of, the red Squire that I have, red Fender Squire is a Chinese one. If it had the Fender logo on it, that may be a different thing altogether. Yeah, absolutely. Money's been a motivator. I need to do interesting things. I've recently moved to my dream country and that was a major financial hit, but well worth it. Good for you, Sasha. I'm delighted for you. Money can't buy you happiness. In the words of the Beatles, money can't buy you love, but it can buy off a lot of unhappiness. Yeah, you're right. It's definitely a lubricant. We definitely need to do our bit. There is no price bigger than being able to be with your family. Needed one more, always one more. Yeah, love it. Take care, Matt. thanks so much for dropping in tonight, and thanks for all your great questions. Really, really good to see you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. I'll be trying to do some live streams from 42 Gear Street, so try and nip in there as well if you can. Cheers, Matt. Take care. Good night. Ben is a hardcore streamer. Ben, I love that. I like the idea of the last guitar I ordered showing up at my funeral. Indonesian, yeah, Squires are made in Indonesia as well. Or being buried in a guitar case. Oh my word. There's Made in China Modern Player 2 series. Oh, really? I'll have to look into that. Never see a U-Haul at the end of a funeral procession. Love it. Ich wünsche eine gute Reise. I would love to be able to speak German PG, but I'm guessing that's saying have a good time. So thank you. I feel limited by space, so I do have a finite number of guitars I can own, but I doubt that will stop the gas for me. Yeah, I've really struggled because I've got this lovely big studio that I built out here, and I'm very, very fortunate to have it. But I've filled it. I don't have any space on the racks. I need another rack, but then I've got nowhere to put another rack. Oh, sorry, I just saw something I just grabbed Danish Pete Squire for fun. Yeah, so there is a finite number of guitars that you can physically store, and that's why I've started saying to the likes of JHS that I don't want to be paid and I don't want to keep the guitars. One, I don't want to be influenced by any sort of financial incentive to say anything about the guitars other than what I honestly believe. And you know my videos, you do the review anyway, I just do the demo. But the other reason is practicality. I just do not have any more space really for any more guitars. So I've got to think about which ones have got to go. And some have got to go soon. Obviously I can't get rid of the fakes because it's illegal to sell them. And I can't even give them away because they might get into circulation and I can't allow that. Pete Hickson, you take care, go and start your day. Have a great one, my friend. And it is getting late. I realise in the UK, it's Sunday evening, it's 11 o'clock. And yeah, I really ought to wrap this up. Let's have one more listen to this little beast. I did say I don't play anything by anybody else on on my channel, and that cock up was intentional. not at all. I appreciate that. I hope, have a safe trip, touch wood. I've thoroughly enjoyed. Even stamping fake in them doesn't make it legal. You can't sell them. Even I saw that Mayonnaise guitar, I think it was, that Phil McKnight branded with fake, which is just to let somebody know that it's a fake. Yeah, 2 hours, I know. Thank you, bless you, Ben. I'm looking forward to getting to Germany as well. But even then, you can't sell them. The only way you could sell them would be to rub off, completely sand off all the trademark infringements. And I don't have the time or inclination to do that. I may well do something similar to what Phil McKnight did at some stage, just to make sure that nobody accidentally thinks that they're the real thing. But anyway, I was just saying, I'm really looking forward to getting out there to Gear Street. Thank you all so much, as always, for your support. If it wasn't for you guys and the lovely support I get, I wouldn't be going to these things. So I'll be trying to do some live streams so that I take you with me. If there's no internet, I will do my best to get stuff up as we go around during the week. I know that people are really interested to get a little bit of a tour around as well, so I'll probably take my phone. If I can live stream from my phone, I'll do a little walk around Gear Street to show you exactly what's what and where everything is, so that you get a feel for what we're experiencing over there. And yeah, really hope that you enjoy it. Thanks so much for hanging out tonight, folks, and yeah, as always, be good to each other and take really good care. Good night.